What's up, guys? I hope my internet's good enough to do this here. I'm actually out here at a FPV location. We're going to be flying a little FPV tonight. Got the race drones out here, and we're going to be ripping it up with a group of guys. But you guys know I normally talk about drones when they first get released. I had my pre-discussion about it. I don't like to beat things to death. I really am not one of those hype train chasers. I could care less about views based on, just DJI being DJI. I will say this. Um, I didn't really think they were going to put OcuSync in it. That's kind of mind-blowing. They were able to get OcuSync in there. Not just OcuSync, but OcuSync 2.0, if I understand things correctly, and a 4K camera. So, what's up, man? I just, honestly, if I was going to spend that kind of money, I would rather just probably buy the Mavic Air 2. I mean, that's just my opinion. I would rather have, as a first drone, a more capable drone. I'm not saying that it's not capable, but I guarantee if we put them head to head, obviously the Mavic Air 2 is probably going to be better overall when it comes to windy conditions, everything. So I think it's great for what it is. Probably, once again, just like the original Mavic Mini, a great little travel companion. Probably could do some professional work with it if it does shoot in decent 4K resolution. Having OcuSync allows you to really penetrate signal through objects, which obviously the original Mavic Mini did have those problems. But if you're in a nice, interference-free area with Wi-Fi, the Mavic Mini is still, in my book, it's perfectly on point for the price of what it was offered for. I know they had to up the price because they put the 4K camera on there, and they did do OcuSync and still managed to keep it around 249 grams, which is impressive. I give DJI credit there. But most of you guys know me. I'm not a hype train chaser. I don't want to just buy it just to get views. If you bought it for the right reasons, then kudos to you, man. If you felt like you needed it, it was something you had to have, more power to you. I'm probably not going to get it. It has nothing to do with not having the funds to get it. I'm sure if I sold a few drones, I could easily just buy it, some of my older tech, but I'm really not interested. The Mavic Mini is still doing what I expected it to do, and it's still, when it does choose to fly in our regulated areas, it's really touch and go with my Mavic Mini. There's just so many restrictions in Tampa. I find it extremely hard to get it up in the air and actually do stuff with it. So, I mean, just my opinion, I'm not a fan of the restrictions. Like I said, if you guys watch my channel, you know that I'm not a huge fan of DJI's restrictions that they have. And I don't feel like messing with no limit drone software. It just seems like a tedious task that I really don't want to undertake when I buy a drone. I'd rather just have one that's open source. I can just get the job done without having to do a whole bunch of extra stuff to make it, what it is. So, just my opinions, man. Do I think the Mini 2 is good? Absolutely. I think it's good. I think it's a little overpriced, but I think it's good. I think it'll be great for beginners, once again, just like the original Mavic Mini was. I think it'll be perfect for beginners. Or, like I said, you could probably do some professional work with it, with that 4K camera it's got. Don't forget to smash the like button, guys. We're just jumping in. I know some of you guys bought it. I believe Al Diaz just ended up with it. I'm starting to see all the reviews pop up. I think Brian Singleton, TDR, True Drone Reviews, just got his on it. I think he's TDR Drones now, not True Drone Reviews. I think he just got his hands on it. So, we're starting to see all these reviews pop up. I'm watching them, and I think it's a great little platform. I think it's extremely overpriced, though. I think if they would have been able to keep the price point around what the Mavic Mini dropped for, that would have been on point. I think that would have been a solid, a very solid endeavor to chase. They probably would sell a gazillion units. They're going to sell a lot anyways, just because the first one was so good. But I think they probably would have prospered a little better if they figured out how to keep the cost just a little bit lower, because honestly, at that price point of over $500, I'm just going to go buy a more capable drone. I mean, I'm going to go spend the money on a Mavic Air 2 if I'm going to do that to myself. It just makes sense. Now, if I can cut a cost to 400 or better, well, then that makes a lot of sense. Or if I'm just, like I said, looking for a nice travel companion drone to have with me and not worry about whether the plane is going to kick me off or not allow me to have it because of battery size and, LiPo output and all that stuff, and then it makes total sense. Buy the thing. You'll love it probably. It'll be your best friend. But for somebody like me, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I'd rather just buy a more capable drone. I don't, that's my opinion, that's my thoughts on it. So, I'm going to continue watching some reviews. I may do one more update after this, after I have an opportunity to see some other videos, and I'm sure at some point I'll be able to get my hands on this thing and do a review. I'm sure one of my friends will buy it, and I'll just be able to put it through its paces and see what my thoughts are, opinions, first-hand view on it. I have no plans on buying it. Once again, I'm not interested. My Mavic Mini does what it does, and it's very restrictive, so it barely gets flight time. So unfortunately, with the area that I live in being so restricted, I just don't put it up in the air as much as I thought I was going to. Every time I go somewhere, it's very limited. It always gives me 200-foot altitude warnings, like, oh, I gotta use 200 altitude, and I try to follow the rules the best I can. So I would rather have an open source product at that point that doesn't answer to anybody, doesn't log flight data, doesn't do any of that stuff. So there you go. D-Man's got it, man. Solo. Yeah, I got to get to work on that, man. The Solo's been sitting since the first day I brought it out of the box and flew it. So Bob Casey, what's happening, brother? So yeah, I mean, I'm being honest, guys. This is, you know me, you know I'm not a massive fan of DJI. I did love the Phantom 3 Standard. It had a lot to offer the drone world, especially being the fact that it wasn't like totally restrictive and locked down. But times change, the community's changed, the drone industry's changed. I get it. They're adding all these restrictions. I myself am not a fan, so I just don't like to purchase drones that are super restrictive and tell me what I can and can't do. So like I said, guys, don't forget to smash the like button. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. Even if you're feeling it, you're not feeling it, whatever. There's 2 buttons there. Feel free to push either one of them. It's up to you. B-Mac, what's going on, man? I look good? Well, thank you. Could be the fact I'm growing the goatee out and stuff again. Yeah. Nah, man. Got a girlfriend. Got color in the face. Have a life again. You notice my uploads are slim to none. I just doing much better things in my time. It's not, totally just congealed with Facebook stuff or YouTube stuff. I'm actually just enjoying my hobby right now. I could really care less. I'm not appeasing anybody on my YouTube channel. I'm just out having fun, enjoying the hobby. If you couldn't tell, obviously with all the flight videos of FPV, I'm just doing my thing. So I mean, that's really where it's at. Wow, 15 people jumped in. So yeah, man, I'm like I said, and I'm certainly not out of this. As much as Patrick would like to yell at me for giving constant medical updates, I know that a lot of you do pay attention to what's happening with me, which is why I give those medical updates. I'm not out seeking money. Otherwise, I would put PayPal links in there like, please donate to me. My cause is dire. I'm not doing any of that stuff. The only reason I give medical updates and tell you what's going on with my life is because for the past 5 or 6 years of my life, you guys have been watching me, and I share everything that I do. I'm transparent, and I just lay it all on the table, and that's what it is. So I'm not, just because somebody doesn't want me to share my medical content and tell you what's happening with me doesn't mean I'm gonna listen. I do that for me as much as everybody else. So I'm never will turn down prayers. Prayers are solid things, man, and they have helped me through a lot of stuff. So yes, I keep you updated with what happens in my medical life. Absolutely. Am I out of the woodwork? No, I still have a long ways to go with all this. I look healthier, I feel healthier, but that does not mean that I'm out of this. I have a long ways to go. So yeah, man. As far as the Mavic Mini, I know that's why people are the Mini 2. Everybody's just gonna call it the Mavic Mini 2 at some point, anyways. May as well just call it the Mavic Mini 2. That's what it's gonna be branded. If you're a pilot and you flew the original, that's what you're gonna start calling it at some point or another. It's just gonna be the Mavic Mini 2. So, anyways, guys, my opinion, it's probably good for what it is. If I'm gonna spend that kind of money, I would rather just buy a more capable drone. I mean, you're only talking like maybe a $225 difference between like a Mavic Air 2 and the Mini. I would just rather have the larger bird that can handle better wind. That just, I mean, there's so many factors involved in why I would choose a more capable platform at that point. If you're buying it because you need it, that's totally different. Or it's your first drone, fine. That's all you got, spend the money. If you're just looking for a travel-friendly drone, by all means. There are options still. You can still get the original Mini, and a lot of people are still selling their Sparks. I wasn't a massive fan of the Spark. It was kind of capable. There were a lot of things I hated about it, which is where the Mini kind of came into that realm of being awesome. It defeated everything that the Spark was, and that was a solid to me. I don't, once we start reaching into OcuSync and 4K cameras on 249 gram drones, I'm feeling like, man, it's great, but a bunch of people are going to buy this now. My biggest worry is that a ton of kids buy this thing, and now they have the capability to go miles and miles away, and kids don't think when they make videos and they upload stuff. I have a feeling we're going to run into a lot of serious LOS problems with the price form factor that's been dropped on this thing. where kids are going to buy it and they're going to go out and do a bunch of stupid stuff with it. I'm really hoping that's not the case, but the past has always shown us other things, you know. So, all right, what do we got in here? Andrew, what's up, buddy? Michael McReynolds. Scoot back just a little bit. So, you guys know me. I'm honest. I tell it like it is. This is my opinions, man. You don't have to agree with them. I'm not asking anybody to agree with me. I would prefer that you didn't. I don't want you to be a robot to society. You know, if you feel the same way I do, that's one thing. If you're just agreeing to agree, don't. You know, please don't. I want you to have your opinion. I want you to tell it like it is. I just want you to, and in the comment section, tell me what your thoughts are, man. And I'm not going to shy anybody away. So I love to debate for the devil's advocate. That is lost on people today. I think the United States is in such disarray. I think people have forgotten that it's okay to have a difference of opinion without saying it's my way or there's no way, you are opposition and you're the enemy. I see way too much of that, and I think a lot of that was politics and Facebook that did that to people over the years. So listen, man, this channel, you are allowed to have your opinion. I want you to put your opinion down there. Even if you say, what's up, you fat egghead? Let's debate why you think I'm a fat egghead. I'm okay with that, you know. Tomas, what's up, buddy? Big Daddy, good evening. Germany, wow. Way too sensitive. Yes, people are sensitive. They're girly men today. A lot of girly men out there. They just need to suck it up, Buttercup. I would not want to be a comedian in today's society. I think that would be very rough. The moment you walk in the door, I think I would just be like, okay, remember, you paid me to make fun of you all night. Deal with it. If you don't like it, there's the door. Guess what? You don't get your money back. Have a good night. That's kind of what I would just hit every show with. Is people are just sour grapes today. Everybody doesn't want to get their feelings hurt. Bunch of softies out there, man. Suck it up, Buttercups. Anyway, how's your health? See, this is why I give health updates. Listen, man, we killed the spleen. We sacrificed a spleen to try to solve a problem. It didn't work. So now I'm down a spleen and I still have the same problem. So I'm definitely not out of this yet. I still have a ways to go. The next question is, where do we go from here and how do we slow down the amount of blood flow that's going through my portal vein that is currently clogged right now, which is causing me all these internal problems and internal bleeding and all the other stuff. So no, Dan still has a long ways to go. Yeah, I got varices that have sprouted, trying to fix this problem. The body did its own thing, trying to solve the problem, and it just caused more problems. And so, yep, good times. So, anyways, guys, I'm out of here, man. Drone worship, out of your face. I'm going to get ready to fly. Some of the pilots should start arriving here in a sec. Just wanted to give my input, what my thoughts are. I've seen some release videos now. I've watched them. I'm impressed by what they've created, but for the price point, I would just buy a more capable drone. That's what I would do. You know, if you could keep it around $475, $500, that's acceptable. When it started to breach over that, I was like, nope, sorry, you lost me there. Nope. So, all right, guys, I'm gone. Don't forget to smash the like button, and I think I'm probably gonna record some footage tonight. Looks like a beautiful sunset already starting. I see pink. I may just put up, because it's golden hour right now, we're going to get a really beautiful sky here in a minute, so I may just put up in the air. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Alright, guys, I'm out. Drone worship. Catch you on the flip, man. Somewhere in beautiful Wesley Chapel, Florida. I'll catch you guys on the flip. To the view. Carpe diem, man. Go do something epic, guys. Seize the day.